Hey guys, welcome to 10 More Minutes. Today we are building our new rig on the kitchen counter like professionals.
Yes, totally like professionals with Zoe and Jen hanging out in the background and Mike.
Hey Dada.
The spirit of Mike is here.
Zozo, come here. The people want to see you.
Do you hate camera, Zoe?
Oh, she ran away.
Just like, get me the heck out of there.
So we're going to be going from what? The core,
we're
the
going
motherboard?
from like an i5 to like an i7, and we're using the...
God, we were on an i5 4-core, right?
Yeah, i5 4-core. And this is like an i7
8-core?
1070K 8-core, so 10th gen, and we're using a 10th gen motherboard, which is the Z490 gaming by... Who is this again? ROG?
Yeah, Republic of Gamers.
There's another company that makes it. Oh, Asus. So this is the mother we're going to be using.
Or that would be the motherboard we would be using if we didn't have consistent problems with it. I'm sure it was nothing wrong with the Asus brand. Consistently find problems with this working with our system for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why. Audio kept crunching. Files would mysteriously go corrupt. I don't have the slightest clue. We tried everything we could, but nothing seemed to work. So we actually swapped over to a Gigabyte Z490 Vision D.
We have about 64 gigabytes of RAM, which is way more than we had before. How many do we have in the last build?
20-ish. I want to say like 21 or 24, but this is going to be nice.
We're using a Noctua fan on it, so...
And all of our other fans are going to be Noctua as well. Here's the case.
It looks pretty good. It's a fractal case. I think it's the Define 7. I don't know what's really in this yet because we haven't looked a ton into it. I've built a couple of computers, but it's been about 3 years.
What does that motherboard look like?
God, this motherboard is huge. Nice thing, it has like the numbers that go down there. I kind of wish they had put this up here. It lets you know when there's different errors on your motherboard. So like if there's code errors, but the nice thing is our new case has a glass side panel, so we can see this at any time. This thing is heavy. Unlike normally where you don't read the instructions.
We'll read the instructions and make sure everything's good. What's this?
We actually have stickers we can put stuff on now.
Hell yeah, we're going to be putting that on the board. The reason we're not using the board today, that board is made out of, is it PVC or, I can't remember what it was.
Oh, that's right. It comes with like a Wi-Fi thing. I haven't really researched for a bunch of it, but
we're not going to be
using Wi-Fi, so it doesn't really matter. It comes with it, which I've always thought is weird. I guess so if you want to use Wi-Fi, but if you're playing video games and you have the option, always hardwire that stuff.
Normally we would have the sticker bomb board.
Yeah, but it conducts electricity.
But that conducts electricity and actually gets pretty staticky, and we do not want to do that with the electrical.
Yeah, we want to try and avoid that as much as possible.
So,
some people like saying, why are you not wearing anti-static gloves? Shut up.
We tried taking extra precautions, but really, you know. I like how it's slightly reflective, but not once if I caught your face at all. You kind of look like malformed in every single one of them. Oh, you're right.
It's heavy.
That thing's a son of a gun.
That's a heat sink. I built my younger brother's. I built mine. I did rebuilds on a couple. You don't need this anymore. This can go off.
The little cover.
Yeah, this is just kind of like install processor first, then remove and keep the cover while... because you take this off because eventually we're going to put that on.
Well, it's going to be exposed, and then you get the Noctua on top,
They usually have an indicator like where these things go on the board, like these arrows right here. There's like a little indicator like, hey, dummy.
I see it, yeah.
This is how it goes.
Put that on the board,
Yeah. And then usually there's an indicator on here. Yeah, so there's a little arrow right there. You can barely see it, but it's like,
hey. I saw it though.
Just kind of set those in there.
Try to make sure everything doesn't get all
wibbly wobbly.
Wibble. Make sure it's seated.
Yeah, it seems like it's seated in there. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, that totally feels like it's in there. It feels solid.
Then you just go ahead and hope you don't break anything.
But what about our Arctic silver and everything, Sam?
Yo, you do that later because I need to figure out how to even mount this thing. So we're gonna just slot the RAM in and hopefully we don't break anything. You know, I'm very careful with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, there's no going back after you fuck up a core.
Unless you buy things from Amazon.
Even then, there's a restocking fee of 15% or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a stick.
We got a sticker. I've actually still have my old sticker from the old G Skill purchased for the old rig. Right there.
And you just be real careful until you jam it in there like a baby in a car seat.
Dude, you don't know how many times I went and unslotted and reslotted the
I gotta turn this around.
RAM. Yeah, do it in an orientation that it makes it sense for you. The RAM.
The cool thing is
our
after I
current
build
rig.
this, I won't be as nervous when I build my new computer.
Oh, great, break ours.
That's exactly what that's the idea. Like same case, probably the same RAM. Maybe like the same exact PC, probably for myself at some point.
We weren't all big on the, RGB stuff. That sounded like a good click.
They have made motherboards way easier compared to like what it used to be in the past.
So for the most part, this stuff is pretty simple.
Do we want to space them just for
Heating.
thermal?
Yeah, sure, why not? I don't think it
Things.
matters too much, but
I really don't think it does either.
until we get more. And
But-
then we like flashy lights because we're gamers.
It's like $20 more? Something like that in the end?
I like a little bit of RGB.
Just not a ton.
Everybody wants to see that peel off right there.
We're definitely not Linus Tech Tips. Sam and Chris, we're definitely not as advanced. You should do it this way. It's like, well, it's a little too late because I didn't.
Everything should be finger tight, right?
My brother's a computer science major. Don't tie it too tight or you'll crack the motherboard like an idiot. I'm like, okay, don't do that. I think I know what I'm doing.
Okay,
We're
right there.
doing this
Yeah.
stuff. We have the back panel on, which is this
Back
heatsink
panel.
thing. Blah, blah, blah.
Manhandle and shove
That's
shit
one.
into places.
So now for the most terrifying part, putting on the thermal paste. We are using Arctic Silver. I know that it comes with actually...
The Noctua one came with one, right?
It comes with pretty good stuff too, and I'm sure it's really great, but I've always used Arctic Silver in builds, so it's a superstition type thing.
Yeah.
And
Well, your build is, we got the Arctic Silver just because it hasn't goofed with us in the past.
yeah. Let's see.
My build is with it. Your build is with it. We're supposed to do what? Like you said, pea-sized?
Yeah. Ow, my neck.
Jesus. I hope everyone heard that nasty.
I wonder if that's too much though.
Really? It's less than pea.
Is
I'll
that?
say that, yeah.
Even from that angle, it's about the size, I guess, of a grain of rice.
That's pretty tiny. I wouldn't say that's pea-sized. At worst,
We'll find out.
we can set it down, match it, and pull it up and see how much it spread. Be careful of the ribs.
Yeah, I don't want to cut myself and have bloody fingertips.
You'll be fine.
As much as I love Castlevania, I don't like bloody fingertips.
Is that the correct orientation? Yep, it should be.
Kind
I'll
of hold it in
while
place?
you do your thing. Do it halfway on that side. Do it
And then
halfway
do
on the
halfway
other
on the other.
side. Because you don't ever want to have it like cocked. And just try and make them match. Yeah, just make the threads catch.
Get in there.
Come on, fucker. Go back to this one and go back and go back until they both feel equal. You'll feel the tension in your fingers of like how tight it is. What we really need is a $170 snap-on inch-pound wrench.
We got the CPU cooler on.
Yeah.
We're gonna mount the cables around differently. I'm gonna try and feed them through the actual case. We've got the RAM in. We've got our graphics card, which eventually we'll upgrade, but for now you can't.
Hoping for a 3080, but you can't get anything right
You
now.
can't get them right now. So hopefully in March we'll be able to buy one. And then we have our Elgato.
We have the Elgato.
Gaming.
This is the HD60 Pro.
So if
Maybe someday we'll get the 4K Pro.
you ready for the peel off?
Yeah, let's get the mic in there.
All right, and it's broken. It's already no.
It's already fucking up.
It's already messed up. It's not even a good peel. It's just no.
No.
It's all kinds of me.
The build's being bad. I'll do this guy right here.
Yeah, go for it. See, it just hates me.
Oh, it sounds so good. Oh, and you get the stick.
Yeah.
And then we get the last one, which is on the back side of the board here, right here.
Oh yeah, go ahead and pull that one off.
Okay.
And watch it peel perfectly. Somewhat perfectly. Partially imperfectly.
Oh, it's so good. I'm gonna smell it.
Yeah.
A new electronic smell is so good.
We've got the motherboard in, so you can kind of see it. It's a black case and a black motherboard, which means you can't see shit.
We lost about 15 of the screws. We're still looking for them. We're sending out search parties tonight.
We're gonna install some Noctua fans, some 140s.
I still have to put on
Yeah.
the back ends to it. We were trying to pull out the old.
We're gonna put this
ports.
power supply unit in there.
I love how they delivered it. This is custom right here. That's for extra breathing.
And we're also gonna put in two of these bad boys.
2
But
terabyte SSDs.
We're gonna mount them on the back.
Oh, it's looking so good.
We've got the fans mounted. Pretty much all the cables fed through. We got the SSDs mounted.
And then we got another 6 terabyte
Yeah.
in the back.
Everything's looking good. Put the front panels and stuff back on. Put in the graphics card. Plug in all the
card and everything
cables, and then I'm
afterwards.
going to install Windows.
All right, so we got everything built up into it.
We are on day 42, but you know, we've got everything pretty good. We've got the terabyte plugged in. We got all the SATA cables going. We got all the power supply stuff connected. Threaded all the cables on the back. Got the graphics card in, got the Elgato in. We got it to boot at the BIOS. You can see the back, we've got everything. It's not perfect, but you're not gonna see a lot of it once the case is closed. Time to kind of get it all closed up and then get ready to install a bunch of shit.
We got everything in place finally. I'm actually just holding the lav mic. Listen to how silent this fucking thing is, guys. Holy fuck, it's so quiet. Peel this off for everybody. Oh, listen to it. Oh, it's so good. And then one on the front. Look at how pretty that looks. I know a lot of it's behind reflections and stuff, but damn, does that look good. But since we had to swap out the motherboards, this is what the computer looks like now, currently. Little different because we had to take off the front fan from the CPU cooler in order to make the RAM fit, but no biggie. Hell, I kind of like the look. Later. Beep bop boop. I'm super excited to get on rendering this stuff. More updates to come, guys.